What a monster. This is the new beast. This is the new, hopefully, record setting. 100% carbon fibre. Is it a Zonda? It's almost like a Zonda, but it isn't actually a Zonda. The planing surfaces underneath and the steps on the hull are different. The overall length is slightly shorter, a centimetre shorter than a Zonda, but it's just a beauty. It's just a beauty. I've got the cowling off because I can't take it off with one hand, and I'm trying to do a bit more of a bit less of a classic YouTube gold and a bit more of a professional video. But anyway, let's get into it. So just over a metre long. It's about a centimetre shorter than a Zonda, and just over a centimetre wider than a Zonda. Both hulls are wider than the Zonda hulls. So there's more surface area on the planing sections of the stepped hull, and it's an absolute beauty. It really is. So I get these. I can get these from China. I've got a supplier in China, and I have to say the hardware, the package that you get is amazing. Really good hardware, full flex drive. Really top-notch couplers. So I'll just run you through it. So it's a different steering setup than a classic Zonda. It's got a much better steering setup. Comes with this high torque servo and a rod setup, push me pull you type thing. Back to a nice rudder blade. The rudder blade itself is not particularly thick. With no pickups, you'll notice all 4 pickups are embedded in the hull. I'll show you down here if you can see them. So down here you have 1, 2, the one side, and another 2 the other side at the bottom. So 4 internal water pickups to individually cool the motors and the ESCs, and then the water pickups run aft and come out of these 4 working exhausts. So it's got 4 proper working exhausts, twin motor, 2 nice struts on the bottom. Everything is adjustable. I'm really super stoked with it. I am running 2 ZTWs ESCs. These are 120 amp, but they are 12S capable ESCs. These motors are TP motors. They're TP competition motors. They are 8S capable, so I can run a maximum of 8S each side, 16 cells total on board. The motors themselves are unbelievable. TP make these motors now. They rev to 95,000 RPM, which is amazing, unheard of, and they scream. They're quite amp hungry, so I'm hoping that the ESCs will manage them. With the higher voltage on 8S, I will need 8 less amps, but both motors are rated to 125 amps and the ESCs are 120 amps. So I'm hoping that with all of the cooling as well, these ESCs have a cooling intake here. It goes round again through the middle and round again through the other side, and then out. And I've got all the tubes underneath the electronics tray. I'm running a Spectrum receiver with telemetry if I want it, so I can have RPM, motor temperatures, the lot. And I've got both motors not running into a splitter and then a single connector on the receiver. They're both motors are running into the receiver individually, and I've set my transmitter up to deal with that. Extra cat packs, both sides. Not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I might just leave them flopping, or I might stick them down. I'm not running a BEC. I'm running I'm going to run in here, I will strap a little receiver pack, 7.2 volt or 2 cell receiver pack that will run the servo and the receiver. Apart from that, what else can I tell you? Adjustable battery trays each side, so they can adjust fore and aft by quite some distance. I still need to put some noodle flotation in there, but man, I'll stop chatting so much and just give you a wee tour. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What are we hoping to get out of it? I don't know. Is it a 100-mile-an-hour boat? I don't know. It will have Das Bote props. They will be 2-blade. I've got 2 options, 3-blade and 2-blade. I think the 2 blades will be faster, a bit slicker in the water, as 2 blades are over 3 blades. There was a slight bit of damage on arrival. There is a very slight chink in this bow, and all I did was put some, I've got this specialist glue that just seals. It can be sanded, it can be worked on, and it wasn't all the way through, the crack wasn't all the way through, it was just a surface crack. But you know, that stuff happens in transit. I'm not the kind of guy who receives this from a guy that I think is a good guy in China, who's obviously put in some real effort into building this thing, and saying, oh, it's got a crack, I want some money off. I'm sorry. So all of you on eBay that have done that to me, through slight deformities, through no fault of the supplier, you know, I'm not in your bag, baby. That's not how I operate. He's delivered a brilliant boat and it got a little bit damaged in transit. You know, you can't help that. But that's it with the cowling on. So I've got some TP Power Das Bote stickers, my little Hornet sticker at the back, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Monster at the front, and I think I'm just going to call him Monster. It is just a monster, an absolute beast. An absolute beast. I'm not showing you the underside because the steps are different from what you normally get. They're going to increase speed, decrease drag, all of that kind of good stuff, fast and flat. And I am going to love every minute of it. So that is the new beast coming out of unrooted RC workshops. It's only semi-built, so I still need to put in flex drives. I still need to look at what hardware I'm going to use on the prop end, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, she'll be ready to go shortly. What a monster. What a monster. So cool. Flat, fast. Total beast. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in getting a hold of one of these, I can help you. I'm considering supplying them in the UK. So if you guys are interested, let me know. For me, I don't have the money to go out and buy 5, 6, 7, 10 of these. So if you guys are interested, we would do a kind of money up front thing, and they would arrive to me and I would supply them straight onto you. They come with all the hardware that you need apart from motors and ESCs, and receivers, transmitters, all the electronics are not included apart from the servo. That is included. But anyway, that's the beast. Monster. Absolute monster.